Hello everyone, it's Victoria Breezeforce here today, back again with another video, but in today's video I'm joined by these lovely people. Would you guys like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure thing. Hi, I'm Starlord, known as Sin Silent Web on Nightstar and Sienna Starlord on Firestar.
I'm Green, or Natalia Greenvalley on Nightstar. I don't have any other accounts, so.
So today we're going to be doing a much requested training time or training adventures, but we're also going to be reading off Star Stable Folklore. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're just going to jump right into it. So I don't know about you guys, but usually I start with like the last race and then work my way up, if that makes any sense.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I hate the last race, so I usually start with that one.
Exactly, like to get it over with, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first little fact, or whatever you want to call it, is during Star Stable's first full year of 2012, there were a total of 173,000 active players.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot more than I would have thought. I was under the impression that it started as a really small company, so that's actually kind of surprising.
Same
I
here.
agree.
I know they had like the Autumn Riders and Winter Riders games before that, but that was like mostly secluded to Sweden, I think. So it sort of makes sense that there'd be a bit of a fan base beforehand, but 173,000, that's crazy.
By the way,
No, I wouldn't think there was that much either, because like now the game is so like improved and like really like updated and pretty now. Like it was so old back then. I didn't think there'd be that many people. So.
it makes me wonder how many people are actually playing now if that was back in 2012, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you'd suspect. I mean,
And like when you go to, when you go to Moreland, there's just noobs everywhere, so you can like tell how many people are like joining every day. So
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like taking into account alternate accounts, if you can excuse the pun there, I'm sure there'd be at least double the amount of actual players that actually play the game, if that makes any sense. Like you could probably have like, for argument's sake, 1,000 players, but probably 2,000 active accounts considering people have alternates. Like
Yeah.
I've got 3 accounts, one of which is on Nightstar, this one here, and 2 are on Firestar, which is the Australian server, my home server. I only really play on my Nightstar and my main Australian account, but I do have the 3rd one that I sort of lend out to friends if they need an account, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
Oh, for some reason it's not letting me quit this race. What's going on? Oh no, I'll just fail it. I chose the wrong race.
Yeah, I only have this account and like my alt account, but I don't use my alt account that much anymore.
Yeah, I have an alt account. Well, yeah, I lied. I do have an alt account. It's also on Nightstar, but I never go on there anymore. And like last time I went on there, I had accumulated like plus 10,000 star coins. So I just kind of spent all them and then I logged off.
Good times.
I struggle for star coins. Like I'm super proud of myself. I've managed to save up, I think it's 1,600 on my main account. But I am boasting a whopping 15 star coins on my Nightstar account, which is, I know, super impressive. But
Oh my gosh.
no need to flex here. But I'm not even like a rich kid. But
I only have 4,000 right now.
See,
4,000 G.
I'm terrible at saving star coins, if you can't tell, by spending them on like thousands of horse cakes, but
Oh my goodness.
I love that video.
I have to admit, I was sort of like, how can you afford to do this? And why can you afford to do this? But honestly, mad respect though.
thank you. So the next fact is that I'm sure we probably all know, but it's every week for the last 8 years, Star Stable has given the players some type of brand new content. So basically updates, but for like 8 years. That's impressive.
That is super impressive.
Like, how do they, like, come up with stuff to, like, do? Because, like, imagine how hard it is to just continue to come up with things, like...
I missed a checkpoint. Please end.
I just did that too, and I just saw you run past.
Will I make it in time? Probably not.
But I would say it's most likely they take a lot of requests. Like, they've been doing that a lot more lately than usual.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. True.
I mean, I know for a fact that the curly horses were actually created due to player requests. I remember earlier in the year they actually, like, launched a Google form where you sort of submit what horse breed you want. I think I asked for the updated Andalusian, so I'm happy that we got that. But I know for a fact that like the second most popular.
I really want updated thoroughbreds and quarter horses.
Absolutely.
But that's just my opinion. So
I feel like a lot of people want those breeds updated. Also, like, true.
Oh my gosh, I missed a checkpoint.
But my question is, when are the Tinkers coming out? You know, like the updated ones?
Yes! I need those Tinkers. Like...
They spoiled it quite some time ago. They were doing like a something in America. They had like a convention or something. And they spoiled a draft horse or a heavy horse breed. I was under the impression that it was a Clydesdale, but then everyone started speculating that, oh my gosh, it's the Tinker horse. I'm like, actually, that makes a lot of sense because the model is a bit different. But that was a really long time ago, and they've since released the Andalusians, the curly horses, the Techies. Like, perhaps there are some difficulties with it because I know that especially with the app horses at the moment, they haven't been releasing them as frequently as a lot of people.
I saw that too on Twitter. They said that they were having issues with putting them in there, which is why they put that off for so long.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so the next one is the most popular changes. Excuse me. The most popular horses change from year to year. During 2015, it was the Jorvik pony, the older model.
Oh my goodness.
So,
okay.
Personally, I can say I've never bought the older pony because I was just waiting for them to update it, and I just put off that quest for the longest time.
Oh, I could not do that. See, the first thing I got when I got lifetime for this account was just to buy a pony because I hate seeing these unfinished quests. It kills me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first Jorvik pony, that was something special. It sort of looks like a dog, if you ask me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the hooves are ginormous.
It's just really, like, cringy to me, honestly.
The next one is, it's not only horses that the Star Stable team loves. They have an internal chat channel called Cat Club where they share pictures of their cats.
Are you kidding me? Why does that sound
Are you serious?
Yes.
That just makes me want to work at SSO even more. Like, not only do they have an appreciation for horses, I mean,
like, I really want to work for SSO. Like, it's been kind of like almost like my dream almost.
I feel like a lot of people have that dream though, that play the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm 17 years old and I still want to work for Star Stable, so.
No, that's normal. I'm 17. I'm studying computer development, so software development, particularly to do with gaming and animation. So it's a realistic goal. Well, not really a realistic goal for me, but it's I'd say more realistic than others. A bunch of kids who say, "Oh yeah, I want to work at SSO, but also want to be a vet, also want to be a doctor, also want to be a firefighter."
Well, good luck with that. I think that's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I don't think it's realistic, but you never know.
When you get a job with SSO, can you give me like 10,000 star points every day?
I'll probably be banned from using it. Knowing me, I'd probably abuse it. No, but they're fairly good there. I don't understand how they're just so... They're really honest, the people that work there. Like, I know a lot of people, they don't just get, like, free star points whenever they want. A lot of them have to pay for it, which makes sense. Like,
yeah, I mean, it makes it fair.
Yeah. They're good people that work there. I know a lot of them. Not personally, but I'm acquainted with a few people who are really awesome. They work at SSO. And they're just genuinely really sweet people. Like, you can tell they genuinely care about the community, unlike a lot of games that are sort of like, oh, money this, money that.
Yeah.
Trying to out a lot of things.
Yeah, like Fortnite, the people, like, I've never played Fortnite, but, like, people that do play Fortnite, like, they're saying, like, how, like, they know I play Star Stable, and they're like, yeah, that game is so different from, like, Fortnite, and, like, people at Fortnite are like, this and this, and I'm like, yeah, Star Stable is, like,
yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that. It's fine.
That's a valid point. It just goes to show, like, SSO is one of a kind, pardon me, in that they've got a solid relationship with their fan base, and they genuinely take into account how the players feel and what they want. And I think that's super awesome.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So the next fact is that the 5th most popular username in SSO is Emily.
Really? Oh my gosh, I just noticed a few days ago that they added Natalie as a name option, and Natalie is my first name. But I had to do Natalia because they didn't have Natalie, and I was so mad that they didn't have Natalie, and they added it, and now I can't change my name, so it like makes me angry. But
see, that's definitely an update I really would like to see, where you have like even once, just once, I'd like to be able to change my name.
Yes.
Because, I can't actually get my first name. My first name is Sienna, but it's not with two N's.
like
Traditional Italian spelling. But Starlord, what a pompous name. I don't know what I was thinking when I was like 9.
I like it.
Yeah, like when they had like they have like change your character appearance and change your starter horse appearance. Like why can't they have something like that for like change your character name? Like for like a certain amount of star coins for like
Yeah, I do understand the potential implications of it. Like, what if someone, like, you change a name and then you decide, oh, I don't want it anymore, or someone takes your name straight away, and then there's, like, identity issues? Like,
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like,
true.
For example, if Victoria were to change your name to, I don't know, Princess Highchild, and then someone could steal the name Victoria Breezeforce, and then obviously people will come up to that person thinking, oh, you're Victoria, I watch your videos, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. And I've also had somebody on a different server, like, claiming to be me and asking people for their information on the game, and I had to shut that down, because no.
Oh my gosh.
That is so awful. I genuinely cannot believe
That's like the worst part about being, like, a famous YouTuber or something, is, like, getting identity people. So,
well, I wouldn't say I'm famous, but...
I had someone, well, you are. But I've had people coming up to me and being like, yeah, I'm Violet Flower Garden and stuff, and I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, look,
I'm
identity
too, like, responsible to understand that.
Well, like, especially with clubs, like, I know with TSS, a lot of people, unfortunately, in the past, I don't think it's happened anymore, thank gosh, but I know in the past, some people have actually created, you know, taken the name The Star Squad on a separate server and claimed to be affiliated with us, which is really, really saddening because we have stated several times that we'll only ever be on Nightstar. We don't plan on having, like, sister clubs or anything like that. But unfortunately, a lot of people seem to abuse that, which is sad, but there's not really much we can do about it other than, like, spread awareness that, hey, we're on Nightstar, we're staying here.
Yeah.
Guys, my best friend is right here, Ava Lavabird, and she just said she's been following us this whole time.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I'm heading to Valedale, by the way.
Awesome.
Okay.
So...
I really like the Valedale race.
I didn't used to, but it doesn't really bother me anymore. I also...
Mindless training robots.
So, the next fact is, Snow made its first appearance in Star Stable Online of the 20th of November 28th. Well, the 20th of November 2012. I cannot multitask. If you can't tell, I can't read and do this at the same time.
Well, no, that's kind of difficult. I
can't multitask either.
Riding a horse and reading at the same time. No, I couldn't, yeah. I remember, the first time I saw Snow in Yorvik, I thought it was the coolest touch ever, and I totally understand why we don't have Snow in Yorvik at the moment, because, like, they just did a huge update to all the terrain. Like, it's obviously going to take a lot more effort to completely remodel and retexture all the snow to fit everything.
Yeah. I just wish that, like, the snow would be like how it is in the Winter Village, and it would just, like, kind of be everywhere, but...
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I get why they don't, just because, like you said, it would take a lot to retexture everything, which is probably why they stopped doing that, and that's why we have the village, so they can just pop that in there. But it does feel like more of a sense of, like, winter and stuff when it is actually in the game.
Well, fun fact, midwinter for you Americans is mid-flaming hot summer for us Australians. So I'm usually sitting in the house in 40-degree Celsius, I should specify, weather with the aircon on full blast. So I remember coming home from school, and logging on to SSO and seeing snow and everything and just sort of like being incredibly envious. Like, you guys are getting to enjoy all this like white, fluffy, cold stuff while I'm sitting here sweating so much that I could probably fill a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And that's Australia for you.
Well, where I'm at the
Australia
past...
this summer.
That's awesome.
The past few winters here, we haven't really gotten any snow, not even on Christmas, and then it hits, and then it's terrible, and, like, I had to work at Kohl's, and I had to do overnights, but we also did truck in the morning, and it was below zero. All the stores and everything were closed, but Kohl's still had to, like, put a truck out, and I thought I was going to freeze to death. It was so cold.
Now, quick question, Coles, how do you spell that?
It's like...
C-O-L-D.
It's K...
Kohl's. I thought you said cold.
Yeah, Kohl's, like the store Kohl's.
K-O-H-L-S.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So we have Coles in Australia, but it's spelled C-O-L-E-S. So whenever I hear people say Coles in America, I'm under the impression that it's like a grocery store, because that's generally what Coles in Australia is. It's like the Walmart of Australia, I guess. I guess it's Woolies, actually. So what did Coles sell?
Oh my gosh.
Kohl's basically just sells, like, a lot of clothing items and, like, a lot of, like, house items. Not really any food unless it's seasonal food for, like, candy and stuff.
That is so neat. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm just, like, having a culture shock here.
So the next fact is the first time you could buy a horse in SSO were the 10th of April 2013. They were the same model as the starter horses and cost between 300 to 1,500 star coins.
1,500.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy expensive.
Like, to be fair,
1,500 star coins.
I know the expenses for star coins were a lot less back in those days, so maybe 1,500 was the equivalent of our 1,000 today, but geez Louise, that's like 15 weeks of waiting if you wanted that horse.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I do acknowledge the fact that, like, they didn't release horses as often as they do now, so, like, you could probably afford to wait that long if you didn't spend all your money on outfits, because obviously there wasn't, like, a new horse breed every 2 months.
Yeah. So the next one is the most popular horses change from year to year. During 2016, it was the premium English thoroughbred.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my goodness. I remember
the English thoroughbred coming out, and I love them so much.
Me too.
Oh, goodness. All the new updated horses, I remember. I was just so ecstatic to see them. But the English thoroughbred, I genuinely wanted to get the flea-bitten one, but I ended up getting the chestnut one just to be, I don't know, quirky and sort of realistic to thoroughbreds in real life. But I ended up regretting that a lot, and it's been sitting in my home stable at level 2 for like the past few years.
Like, I remember when they came out.
The thoroughbreds. I actually really like thoroughbreds. I just want them to update them.
I can't stand their run. I don't know what it is about that, but I can't stand it.
Oh yeah, I remember you like making that video where you were saying that. I think it was a training video.
It was
I remember you saying that, and I was like, oh really? I like the run, but yeah.
Well, I remember when they came out, and I saw Radioactive's video on them, and then it made me want one, but I didn't have Epona, so then I just bought the black one that was like Fort Pinta, and I've regretted that ever since.
The noob thoroughbred.
Yes.
Like the noob horse. Everyone when they first get Star Rider, they go and buy that horse. So.
Indeed.
See, to me, the noob horse is like the chestnut Clydesdale with the white pattern. I see so many people around Moreland riding it, and I don't want to sound mean, but it sort of ruined it for me. Like, when I was looking at getting a Clydesdale, I thought, it's a really interesting pattern, but everybody has it, and they're all people who are wearing, like, rainbow-colored outfits, and I just can't see myself, you know, coordinating with it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, going off that, something that I wish Star Stable would add is, like, more level restrictions for different horses, because I feel like people who have actually, like, worked their way up to get to a certain level, it's just, like, if everybody can get the horse, it's cool or whatever, but, like, the Icelandics are kind of, like, a prize because you had to go and work your butt off to get to that level to unlock them.
Precisely, I couldn't agree more.
Because, like, once you, like, I remember when I got to, like, Epona and I went to go, like, buy one of these horses and it was, like, restriction. And it said level restriction level 1 and I was like, what? Have to get here and you're still like, level 1 gets to buy this horse. And then people will do the glitch into Epona and buy the horse. And I'm like, excuse me?
Well, yeah, I actually forgot what I was going to say about that. Oh my gosh, goodness, I'm sorry.
My friend Jody, she was in one of the videos that I've done before. She called my horse a squirrel. She might join us here in a little bit.
That's awesome.
Okay.
The more the merrier. I mean, I never train on this account regardless. I consider this account solely just for events with TSS. I mostly play on my Firestar
You're
account.
Australian.
Yeah, time zones are so awful. Like, I'm really surprised that it's daytime at the moment. Usually whenever I log on, it's like pitch black. I can't see anything. I've got really bad vision. That's another thing I really want SSO to add is a vision impairment option. So for colorblind people, I know colorblindness is super rare in females, but I do know of some friends who do have colorblindness, and it's really difficult for them to play SSO. And potentially the ability to change the time so that I can actually see what I'm doing in Mistfall.
Yeah. I agree with the whole, like, time thing, or at least, like, the time of day, because usually when I get home from work, it's, like, dark out, and it's hard to record then, because that's the only time I really have to record.
Absolutely, yeah. I think especially for YouTubers like Artsy, that's something she's been, like, furiously advocating for. She's such a sweetheart, but yeah, she definitely wants the time-changing ability. I remember during the photo mode glitch that just occurred, she was over the moon ecstatic. It was crazy.
Yes.
Sorry guys, my friends are following me. These are two of my friends from my club. They're super sweet. Just they're following me and being obnoxious.
That's alright.
They're not trying to get in your way, they just like to follow me around.
So do you guys want to do Steve's or the rabbit race next?
Oh, I hate the rabbit race.
Let's just forget that doesn't even exist then.
It doesn't even exist. Yeah. Like, who likes that race? I'm sorry. If someone is watching this and they like that race, sorry, but I don't like that race at all.
Confession time, I used to love the rabbit race. I think it was only like the past month that I've grown to really despise it.
Oh.
But that's only because, like, I don't take care of my horses. I'm an awful owner. So they're all depressed and they can't turn very quickly. Which is a huge pain when you're trying to get those rabbits because they're so fast. I don't know, like, they got rid of the scarecrow race.
Yeah, I was so angry when they did that because I loved that race.
Absolutely.
Oh, I
loved
hated that race.
It's exciting. It made me feel like a soul rider.
So the next fact is one of the 5 most popular horse names in SSO is Dark Angel.
Dark Angel? I think I have a horse named Dark Angel, actually.
You're getting pulled out here.
Oh, I just missed that checkpoint. Oh my gosh.
The Steve's race.
Stop.
Dark Angel, that is such a, like, I can imagine, I think everyone, when they bought the updated Frisians, they named their horse Dark Angel.
Yeah.
I named mine Phantom Angel.
Phantom Angel? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I named mine Raven.
It was like one of the first horses I got. I remember getting to level 12, and I, like, ran to Steve's, and I just bought that horse, and I was so happy.
I think mine is named Dark Star, but that might be on my alt account.
Oh, okay.
But it's usually always something to do with dark, you know?
Yeah, everyone's got really edgy names for their Frisians, unless it's the Frisian sport horse, then I know, like, the white one is usually, like, something angel. Probably not Dark Angel, because that makes no sense, but,
Like Snow Angel or something like that.
Angel, yeah.
Because mine is named Silver Mist. But my nephew actually helped me pick out that name, which that was ages ago.
Oh.
That is such a cute name. It reminds me of the Tinkerbell character.
My white Frisian is named Love Song. So it's pretty...
That's a cute name.
It's fine.
Such cute names. I honestly, I've got a friend on Firestar, Naomi Swiftluck. It's her mission to create the wackiest horse names possible. So she's got a horse, like one of her Shingateigs is named Baby Blood. Then she's got Snake Cake and Smoke Ice, and it's just very interesting names.
I was gonna name the new Curly, the silver one, Swamp Monster, but I never did that.
Oh, that was such a perfect name, though.
Yeah, that's a cute one. I bought all 3 of the new Curlies.
I did too.
Because I loved the chestnut and the paint, but like, I was really stuck on if I wanted the gray or not, but I decided to get it, so yeah.
That's probably my least favorite out of the bunch.
Yeah.
See, rather unfortunately, I really do want to get a curly horse, but I'm not a big fan of any of the coats.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
That's the first person I've heard that said that.
I feel really strange saying that. Like, they're really cute, and I don't know why I don't want to buy one, but none of the coats really appeal to me. I've got a very particular way of purchasing horses. Like, I can't have horses with the same coats ever because, like, I don't know, I just get really bored of them. So I was really hoping for like a unique and interesting coat, and like the both the paints, you know, they look like the Icelandic and the Nordic pony. The grey, I would have loved if it was like a dapple grey. Obviously you can't with a curly horse, like the coat texture wouldn't be permitting. It just seemed a bit too bland for me and reminded me of the quarter horse. Chestnut's cute. I reckon I might end up going with that one if I do end up purchasing one.
Personally, I would say my favorite out of the ones that did come out is the chestnut, and I thought it would be the paint, but it's definitely the chestnut.
Same. I love the chestnut a lot.
I'm so sorry for taking so long. My horses are sad.
That's alright. So the next fact is Starshine made his first appearance in SSO the 23rd of October 2013. Back then you could find him walking around in Greendale, which I used to remember him walking around in there.
He still walks around in Greendale. When I first found Starshine, he was walking around in Greendale, and I was like, what is Starshine doing here? Oops, I accidentally just started.
Wow, when you're 5 experience off of leveling up. Thanks, SSO.
My horse just got to level 7 a few seconds ago.
But yeah, oh my goodness, I remember always following Starshine around and thinking like, oh, it's like a conspiracy or something, which it ended up sort of being. Like, it was relevant to the plot. But I remember, like, my 9-year-old brain, it was like, oh, what if we get to, like, tame this wild horse later? And
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Absolutely. Only to find out that Lisa, everyone's favorite soul rider, owns her. Him. I keep forgetting him. Oh, speaking of Starshine, he's right here, because I haven't done any of the quests here. Oopsie daisies. Absolutely.
Okay, we're good.
What do you guys think about the Andalusians?
Love them.
Did you buy any of them?
I bought all of them.
Love them. Oh my gosh.
What's your favorite coat color?
Probably the black or the silver.
They're all too pretty.
Mine's the silver or the pearlino. I really like the pearl colored one.
I'm really fond of all of them. I think they did an excellent job. I just can't wait for the bay to come out on the app.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I love the bay horses.
Same.
They really outdid themselves.
My horse in real life looks exactly like the bay Andalusian.
Oh, that's sweet.
What kind of horse do you have?
I have a thoroughbred, actually.
I can see why you like the thoroughbreds then.
My starter horse is based off of him, so.
Oh, how sweet.
And I missed a checkpoint. Okay, so the next fact is the gates of Silverglade Riding Arena opened for the first time on the 11th of January 2012.
and it looked so different back then. I don't know if any of you have seen it when it was first released. It was interesting, to say the least. So they ended up updating it later. Oh, was this just... Am I thinking of it from the Winter Rider or those games? I'm not too sure, but I know that it had a very different look when it was first created, the first model. It was like... It didn't have like two separate arenas. It was just one, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were you guys like on the game when they still had like those really old, super, super crusty starter horses?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, sometimes I'll I'll just like kind of like remember it when I'm on the game and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, they've come a really long way, Star Stable has.
Absolutely, 100%. I remember, goodness, the first few models of starter horse they had, they were special. And then they ended up adding the Lipizzana's animations to the starter horse, which was an improvement, but obviously not to the degree of when they like completely revamped the model and animations, which I think was definitely one of the best decisions you've ever made.
I remember when the starter horses couldn't blink at all.
Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. Well, our characters still can't blink. It's like, how dry are our eyes?
That is very true.
It must be
Yeah,
so
and you know what, some of like the emotions, like those little emotion things, like super happy or gestures or something, like, you know, the winking one, and like, it's so weird because it says we wink, but if you look at our character doesn't even move.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything, so it's kind of creepy. Like,
Hashtag update our characters as a so. Oh, but I'm very excited about that. I can't remember who. I think it was Ilva Potato Heart. She ended up, or was it Esme Silverforce? She ended up posting something very sneaky. Can't remember what it was, but basically she was like, oh, they all got the all clear to go ahead with something really exciting for SSO that they've been wanting to do for ages. And my immediate thought was that, oh, they're definitely updating the characters, because that's like something I know they wanted to do for a very long time. It's a huge project, so obviously they'd sort of need to get the go-ahead to do it. So it sort of makes sense that would be it.
yeah. I can't wait for our characters to be updated, because, like, James and, like, those other characters that got really updated, like, they look so good, and we kind of, like, look like noodles. Like, I don't even know what we look like, but, like, we just don't fit in.
One thing I really want for the characters is more hairstyles, but, like, longer hairstyles.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually...
My hair isn't that long in real life. It kind of goes, like, a little bit under my shoulders, but still long hair, and, like, more detailed hair would be so pretty.
Yeah.
Funny you should mention that. I just got a haircut yesterday, and they cut it a bit too short for my liking, and I'm just sort of sitting here, like, regretting my life decisions. Like, it's sort of at my shoulders now, and I was doing a really good job of growing it out, because I cut it all off a couple of years ago, and I've been growing it out since, and I thought, well, it's looking pretty dead on the ends, so I might as well get it cut. I was expecting, like, them to take an inch off or something, but they ended up taking, like, 1.5 inches, and I feel like I ran my fingers through my hair, and it's sort of like, where is it? What happened to you, honey?
Yeah. I remember when I used to dye my hair red literally every 2 weeks to keep the color, and before I graduated, it, like, was so dry you could see white on the end, so I went to go get a haircut, and I had really, really long hair, so I thought she was just going to take the ends off, and she cut my hair into shorter than a bob.
No way.
I hated it. So then I've just cut my own hair ever since then.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Like, I guess you're placing a lot of trust into, like, complete strangers. Like, hair is such a big thing, especially for girls. Like, once it's gone, it's going to take forever to get back.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so the next...
Wanted to shave... Oh, sorry.
You can go.
Okay. I was just going to say, I've always, like, had the feeling to shave my head, because, like, my aunt has cancer, so I wanted to shave my head for her, but, like, I don't know if I have the guts to do it, but, like, I want to do it, so...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I had a friend in, like, middle school. Her name was Trinity, and I believe it might have been, like, her grandma or something had cancer, but she would constantly shave her head so the person who had cancer would feel better about themselves. And honestly, I think it's a pretty bold move to do, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the next fact is the fourth most popular username in SSO is Zoe.
Zoe, oh, that's so sweet.
Zoe.
I love Zoe.
Yeah, I like that name. Zoe's really cute.
I agree.
It is.
I watch that equestrian YouTuber Jet Equitheory. It used to be Jet Eventing.
Yes,
And I watch her, and she has that horse named Zoe. And like, it's just so cute. So.
Do you guys have any animals? I mean, besides your horse?
I'm actually rescuing a cat from the Humane Society, hopefully tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. I actually watched the videos on YouTube, the Humane Society.
Yeah. I live in Idaho, so mine is just Idaho Humane Society, but yeah. Because they just got 12 baby new kittens, so they've been having to put other cats down because they have 400 cats right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been having to put some down to make more room. So I'm adopting a super sweet one that's already an adult and stuff because no one wants an adult cat.
Yeah.
So I'm adopting it. So.
I used to volunteer at my local animal shelter, and like basically they had cat rooms, so for like, younger ones, older ones, and then like just average, adult ones, and they would be flooded, but the older ones always, like, people would just leave them there unless someone, like an older lady, was specifically looking for an older cat, so it wasn't as much to take care of.
Yeah. Because kittens are cute, but they're like a lot to handle.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so this next fact I didn't even know about because usually for thumbnails, if I'm going to do like a PNG file, I'll go to Golden Leaf Stables and then go up in like that, not really mine, what is it, a cave that's over there.
Oh, yeah.
And then try and Photoshop it that way, but it's not completely black. So the little hack would be, it's actually possible to take pictures with completely black backgrounds in SSO without having to edit them. This one is taken in the Damascus mine.
Yes, I use this for a couple of promotional pictures for my club on Firestar. I think one of my friends told me about it, but it's literally a lifesaver, especially if you have like a photo editor that like masks by color.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's when you first walk in the cave, it's sort of like to the right.
Well, that's good to know. Okay.
Oh, I love the name of your curly Ginger Snap. That's so cute.
She reminded.
Yeah. That's such a cute name.
Thank you. I agree.
Mine is Autumn Leaf.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
That's cute too.
Oh shoot.
Just got deleted. A lot of people have named it Pumpkin Spice, and I'm like, honestly, it's so basic, I love it.
I thought about naming mine that, but then I was like, let's be just a little bit more creative.
I already have a horse named Pumpkin Spice, so that's the only reason I didn't name it that.
Of course.
So the next fun fact would be the most popular horses change from year to year, yet again. During 2017, it was the Mustang.
Oh, so changed as in like the model, or like?
As in like the most popular horse that people are buying.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah. I mean, I'm personally not a huge fan of the Mustangs. I'm not sure if it's because
Me neither.
But I can understand the appeal of it. Like, I know it's a huge icon in America. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Mustangs. But for Australia, I guess, like, we probably know the car Mustangs, and that's about it. Like, Mustang isn't really a throwaway term that we use.
Yeah, and something that really irritates me is people calling Mustangs wild horses, because Mustangs aren't wild, they're actually just feral.
Yeah.
Like, completely different, like, there's a completely different, like, side, like, feral and wild are two completely different terms, and like it kind of just irritates me when people call Mustangs wild because they're feral. So
absolutely, and I'm fairly certain there are officially no more wild horses left. If that makes any sense, most of them are just feral.
Yeah.
I'm about to butcher this name. It's the PRZ breed, like the.
Oh yeah, the Chelsbosky. It's pronounced something like Chelsbosky. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it.
There we go.
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm about to butcher it. There we go. I failed. But basically, they thought that was the last wild horse to ever exist, but they found out that it was actually mixed with a couple of other horse breeds, so it was in fact feral. So it debunked a lot of theories that people had.
Well, personally, I do like the Mustangs in the game, but I've always, since I was little, liked horses. So, like, my first car was a Mustang. But not to throw, like, veganism in here, but I used to watch, like, a lot of vegan documentaries, and one was about the Mustangs, and basically how to have more room for, basically to house, like, cows and pigs and all that for the meat and dairy industry, they would trap Mustangs, and then they would send them to slaughter or try and adopt them, but most people wouldn't adopt them, and I find that really sad.
It's ridiculous. Like, they've been... We don't... Sorry, I'm being really eco here. We don't own the land. Like, the Mustangs or horses have been here for just as long as we have. And a lot of people argue that, oh, they're pests, etc. No, they're pests for an agenda that humans have created that isn't necessary to our survival.
Exactly.
Like, they're not harming us directly. It's just harming your ability to farm cattle, etc. Like, it's not a necessity.
And then basically just make profit off of it.
Absolutely. Like, you're devaluing the life of... It's just... Yeah.
I completely agree with you, though.
Yeah, I agree, too.
I'm getting really political here. I shouldn't be.
I do kind of feel like the curly horses look similar to the Mustang, though.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if this is just, like, an unpopular opinion. I kind of find the curlies, like, run interesting. Like, I don't know if I like their run very much. Like, the full-out gallop, like, I don't know if I like it very much.
It's very
kind of interesting.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
They sort of tuck their hind end. I'm not too big of a fan of that, but if it's realistic...
Yeah. I don't know if you were the one that said this, Victoria, if one of your videos, but they kind of run like a dog.
Yep, that was me.
Yeah. They do run like a dog. Like, I totally agree with that. So,
at least they've got a nice jump. I mean, they tuck in their jump, which is really interesting. I've noticed that, like, I think every horse they release, every time they release a horse, the jump gets better and better. But by far, there's been a really huge improvement with the curly jump. It just feels more natural to me.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next... Sorry, I was trying to read the fact.
No stress.
The next fact is, a couple of years ago, you could get star coins if SSO support team took too long to answer your mail.
Oh my goodness. That is interesting. Wow, compensation for a volunteer service. That's incredibly generous of them. Like, they're under no obligation to get back to us within a certain amount of time. But still, to compensate people for, I don't know, I guess, an inconvenience that isn't really that huge, that's really, really generous of them.
Which is also probably a reason why they continue just to build, like, a fan base, because they genuinely do care about their players.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And, like, a lot of people argue, like, nowadays, oh, you know, they never give us star coins anymore, you only get it from, like, events, like, every once in a while, like, yeah, I know they don't give it out as, like, they used to hand it out, but you have to understand they were a developing business back then, and they've grown so much, like, from a small company to a major, business. They need to be able to support that with finances, obviously. Like, they can't be handing out their main source of income just because people ask for it. Like, it's a necessity.
Because they've, like,
pay their workers.
They have so many more workers now than they did then, but also they've just developed so much that there's so much more that they have to actually keep up with than they did back then.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. It's difficult to understand. Like, I understand that obviously a lot of people that play the game are younger and they don't understand the concept of, you know, paying your workers and how much money and time and effort goes into creating such a huge game. But hopefully a lot of awareness will, you know, be spread about around, you know, like, why they can't just hand out free stuff all the time. Like, it's the equivalent of, like, going to the store and saying, hey, I want this cake here for free because I want it. There's no, like, there's no, like, reason for them to get it for free. They just want it. Like, and eventually it's just gonna end up being detrimental towards the business. They just keep out handing free stuff.
But it's not like they don't give us free stuff at the same time. You know, they continue to give us free star coins and everything, and the free walking pets.
And, like, and another thing is, like, they give those codes out every once and again where, like, Star Riders can get, like, non-Star Riders can get, like, a week of free Star Rider, and, like, they're giving that out to you for free. Like, show some respect.
But that's also, like, a good way to promote the game as well, because if you were trying to get Star Rider and stuff and you don't have it, then you can experience it type of thing.
Absolutely. It's like a free trial that you get for, like, Netflix or something, and just because it doesn't apply to you because you've got, I don't know, lifetime Star Rider or you've already been a Star Rider before, doesn't mean it's not beneficial. Like, you know, there are a lot of people who are in financial distress. I know I was when I first started playing Star Stable, and I used to cherish the free Star Rider weekends that you get, like gold, I guess. Yeah. And it's sort of what ended up tipping me over, like, putting what little money I had into buying Lifetime, because it gave me sort of a chance to experience what I'm missing out on, if that makes any sense.
I actually only got Lifetime this year, actually. I got it in March, and because, like, I would get, like, the free trials, and my mom would see how much, like, I loved the game and how, like, awesome it was. So I don't remember if it was for my birthday or Christmas, she offered to buy Lifetime for me because she saw that, like, I really enjoyed the game and stuff, so she bought it for me. So
that's so sweet.
Yeah, I remember, like, back
also, like, another,
when I didn't have Star Rider, and, like, I could kind of pay month to month, but I'd have to give my dad money for it, and I would always remember running out and just chilling at Fort Pinta because that's all you could do. And I wasn't able to actually get, like, Lifetime until I worked my own job and actually paid for it myself.
That's the best way to do it. I mean, working for it yourself, it gives you a huge sense of achievement. Like, purchasing Lifetime for my American account, that was really difficult for me because obviously I was a member of the Mystery Riders and I was paying monthly, and it was such a huge club commitment that I knew eventually it would be impractical to continue purchasing monthly subscriptions, and I just missed a checkpoint. Please send help. But in Australian dollars, so it's like, I think it's $70 American, but for Australia, that's $110 because of the exchange rate, which I thought was ridiculous. Like, you're paying for the same thing. If I were to get it on my Australian account, it's $70, but just because it's an American account, I'd have to pay $110. I'm like, I physically can't afford that. So I ended up having to wait for the 30% off sale, which rounded it down to about 70, I think, which, makes sense. I was still a bit bummed about it, though, but at the end of the day...
How do you get into these such, like, popular clubs? Because you said you were in the Mystery Riders and, like, the Star Squad. Like, I wanted to get in those. I really want to get into those. Like, I sent in applications and stuff, but, like, haven't gotten in, so...
I mean... I don't really consider them popular. It's just I have a lot of friends who I have in the clubs, and, like, I have amazing friends in TMR. At the time, I had, you know, Dream, gosh, I'm not even gonna... I'd say I was really good friends with April at the time. I was sort of intimidated by her, though. Like, she is the queen of the SSO dressage community. Yeah. So... I was sort of intimidated by her, but I had a lot of friends in TMR, and eventually I got recommended into it, which was really awesome. I didn't expect it at all, especially considering I wasn't even level 18 at the time. So I had a lot of work to do, and that I had to level up. Then, unfortunately, TMR disbanded earlier this year, so I was sort of left without a club on my Nightstar account. And yeah, just sort of one thing transpired into another, and a really amazing friend of mine recommended me into the Star Squad, and that's where I am now, I guess. It's
awesome.
not something like...
Where are we going?
We're Golden Leaf Stables.
Okay.
It's like not something that I actively look for. Like it's a huge commitment being able to join a club on a different region, like the events.
Especially because it's your alt too.
Absolutely, yeah. For TMR and TSS, they're like early morning my time, so it's a huge commitment, and it's not something that I sort of went, 100% I'm doing. I sort of like and ahed about it, like, it's a huge commitment and I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it, but I sort of trialed it for a bit and then came to the conclusion that, yeah, I reckon I can give it a go, and if not, well, obviously there are other people that deserve it more than me, and I'd be fine to give them the position.
Can I just say that I love your attitude?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I know, I love your attitude and your accent, and like, both of you are like the sweetest people I've ever met, so like, yeah.
But
well,
also,
you guys are just really sweet, so.
Fun fact, I actually sent an application for the Star Squad a while ago, which is why I'm not joining a club. I'm just kind of waiting. But even I'm not so much a club person, because I'm just, even when I was in clubs, I would never speak in it, but I've kind of grown out of that, so I figured why not give it a chance,
That is so great to hear, honestly. I was a bit surprised when I found out that you went in a club, because I'm like, you would be such an amazing asset to so many clubs, especially through Nightstar. Hearing that you've applied for TSS, that's so amazing, because you have a really great attitude, and obviously I can't speak for the rest of the club, I can't speak for Muni Nazi, but it's really awesome to have people like you applying.
Thank you. The last club I was in was Planet Stars, which was run by my friend, but we're not really friends anymore. And then before that, it was Royal Baron's Legacy.
Wow. That's going way back.
Yeah, that just shows how much I join clubs. I really don't.
Well, I'm sort of I don't know how to say this without sounding sort of pompous or about myself. I was sort of a weird case in Firestar, in that I played from 2013 to 2015, and then I left the game because I got really bored of it. There weren't any quests to do. I was max level at the time. And during that time, I had not joined a single club ever. And then I think it was October last year, so practically a year ago today, I decided, you know what, I'm feeling really nostalgic for this game. I'm going to get back on it. And within a day, I was hooked again and made a club straight up, and it just blew up. And since then, I've been running some really successful, I won't say popular, but just genuinely successful in that I meet a lot of amazing people, and it's been really rewarding to experience these clubs that I've been in. And I look back for the game, this is really outdated. A lot of it clashes a bit. I feel like if they want to be more true to their style, they'd have to go with something like the new quick shot function, or what they do with the high score races.
Okay, I missed half of that conversation because my thing crashed.
No worries. Don't stress. I was just talking about how I'd really like the user interface to be updated.
What do you think about that new quick shot feature since you're on the Australian servers?
Look, first of all, I just really like to say thank you so much, Victoria, for using my video for that.
Of course.
I honestly don't even use YouTube that much, so having a really positive response on that has been really, really awesome, and sort of inspired me to, take it a bit more seriously. So thank you. But yeah, I know a lot of people have really negative thoughts towards it, because a lot of people really enjoy going to each individual shop, but personally I think it is one of the best features that has been updated. It's really flawless. There are no glitches that I've noticed so far. It's really succinct and not too complex, very easy to understand. There are a few things that could be improved on, such as I'd like a option where you could view only the things that you actually own. They do have a thing where you can toggle things you own and you don't own, so that you can see what you've already purchased, but I feel like if it had, only stuff you own, it would really assist in making outfits easier.
I was thinking that.
Absolutely, yeah. But
I don't like it that much. Like, just seeing from, like, other people, like, I don't think I'm going to be a big fan of it if they give it to the American servers, too, but I don't know, just my opinion.
Well, also, to go off the fact of, like, we're not going to need shops anymore, like, people don't like it because we're not going to need shops, basically what I just said, but that doesn't mean you still can't use shops if you enjoy doing that. You know, it's not like they're just going to get rid of them altogether.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, it's not like it's a game-changing option. Like, it's just a feature for lazy people like me who really don't enjoy looking around. Like, for my club, Cherry Bombs on Firestar, we've got a really complex uniform that we joke about it a lot. We've made it the most international uniform possible in that none of it can be purchased in the mall.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you, but like I love the Cherry Bombs. I am a huge fan. So
thank you so much. We're new, we're developing, but we're getting there. I'm super happy with where we're at. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a really international uniform in that nothing can be purchased from the mall, so we sort of have to like run around Jorvik to get it. So it's sort of like, it's a really fun thing when we get new members, we sort of like initiate them by running around Jorvik with them to get the uniform. So it's really made it a lot easier for us in that we can just, 90% of the uniform is in the Quick Shop now, so we just sort of, click it, bam, buy it. We're all ready. We can do fun club stuff now. But I do understand where a lot of people are coming from, but it's optional. You don't need to use it. You can still use the shops. I feel like it was a necessary addition on behalf of SSO.
Yes, definitely. And I'm also a fan of the Cherry Bombs as well, and I do like your guys' uniform.
Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I can't.
So are you.
No, oh my goodness. You guys are really, I'm so glad to have been able to get this opportunity because I love meeting new people, and you guys are just genuinely so sweet and positive and the type of people I like to be around.
Yeah.
I feel ya. I'm the same way.
Oh, oops. I was turning off my light.
Okay, so another little fun fact is one of the 5 most popular horse names in SSO is Rainbow Dash, and it's probably because the Jorvik Wilds.
Absolutely. Oh my
I have
goodness.
a horse named Rainbow Dash.
Oh my
I named
God.
the rainbow. Well, I guess you could call it Rainbow Jorvik Wild, the bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
I named that one Rainbow Dash, so I'm basic.
Oh my gosh, that every time I hear something from My Little Pony, I cringe inside because I used to have. Here we go. I'm going public with this. This is my biggest shame ever.
I'm gonna make an exposing you video. Just kidding.
Alright, you can expose me. I give you permission to expose me.
Alright.
Here we go. I used to be a major brony, or I guess because I'm a girl, a Pegasister. Like, I'm looking at my closet right now, and I can just see like a bunch of My Little Pony toys that like they're the ghosts of my past that stare down at me every morning I wake up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I'm so bad with interrupting. Oh my gosh, I'm
no Discord delay. It happens.
Anyways, Me Too, actually. I also used to be exposing Me Too right now. Yeah, I also used to be, and I had tons of them. Literally, I had, like, every single one, and I remember getting, like, that Trixie one, and, like, I thought I was the coolest person ever.
I wanted that one so badly.
And then I gave them all to my niece, and she's 2 right now, and she just plays with them all the time, and I'm like, oh my gosh. This gives me, like, nostalgia of what I used to be, so, like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed by it. I think I was, like, 12 at the time, or no, I would have been older. I remember I was too old to be playing with My Little Pony toys, and that's why I was really cringy, and I lost all my friends back then. I used to get bullied a lot for it. It's funny, I look back at it now, like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I did that to myself. I deserved all my friends to leave me. But, yeah, a lot of people look at my YouTube account and go, wow, you've got 200 subscribers already and you've only got like 3 videos. I'm like, well, what you guys don't know is that I used to have, here we go, this is the biggest exposing part of all. I used to have a My Little Pony YouTube channel.
Oh
And I used to make videos with the toys and like narrate them and make all these little drama series, and it was the most embarrassing and incredibly cringy thing I could possibly do. I'm so glad I got out of it.
I used to do that with those pet shops.
Oh, goodness. So I think 100 of my subscribers are from that, and then the other 100 is Star Stable.
People can make really good money off that, though. Like, people can go big, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish. But honestly, if you saw the quality of the videos, you would be, like, cringing. It was awful.
Well, everyone's got to start somewhere.
Oh, you're too sweet.
But also, if you want to expose...
I'm trying to make a YouTube channel, but, like, I kind of suck, so...
Didn't see that.
Yeah, I haven't, like, posted very much, so, like, I've subscribed to Victoria. I haven't seen your channel yet. I don't know how to say your name.
Probably a good thing.
Okay. But I haven't subscribed to your channel yet. I will after this. But if you, like, inspect me and you go to my channel and you see some of the videos I made, they're so cringy. Oh my gosh, I hate them.
That's okay. Our little secret.
I made some videos with my quote-unquote best friend. Soon after those videos, she actually decided she didn't want to be my best friend anymore. So I've been thinking about deleting those videos or making them on private, but, like, I got a lot of views from them, so at the same time I don't want to delete them. But I don't know.
Well, if you guys want to expose me, I had a channel for my dog where I did, like, trick videos and whatnot, but I also would get dog subscription boxes and do reviews on them.
That's cute, though. That's
cute, though. Yeah.
justified idea compared to My Little Pony.
And Littlest Pet Shops. I used to have a Littlest Pet Shop channel.
I used to collect...
I made the videos from, like, my Amazon Kindle, and that quality, I'm telling you, was the worst. It was the worst quality ever.
I can relate there because I used to film off my iPad mini, which is actually what I'm using for Discord, and then recording the voiceover on my phone, and then also recording on my laptop, so definitely a setup.
That's actually super intelligent because I don't tend to do voiceovers for my videos, because I get flashbacks to my Little Pony phase and think, oh my god, what if I look back in a couple of years, listen to my voiceover, and then just, like, internally cringe. And B, my computer couldn't possibly handle Discord, recording software, and Star Stable at the same time. I think that would kill it, and I do value my computer.
Yeah, that's why I can't do it that way either.
I don't have the Greendale races because I'm, like, lazy, like I said, and I don't do Reputation. You guys can totally do them, so.
Me neither, don't worry. I'll probably do the rep while...
oh, yeah, that'd be smart.
Actually,
I don't do any, like, Reputation.
We can actually just use the trailer over here and head over to Nilmer's Highland if you guys want.
Oh, awesome. Sounds good.
And also, not to get dark or anything, but I never really got into My Little Pony or anything because my mom was very, like, abusive, and she was very, like, Christian-oriented, and so all that stuff was basically bad in her opinion. So, that's why...
You're floating in the air. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm really sorry. That's, like, really hard to talk about, so...
I mean, not really. She kicked me out when I was 9, and then I moved in with my dad, but I never really had much of a childhood, so, like, I don't really even watch TV now just because I never had it as a kid, so, like,
yeah,
I just
absolutely.
never got into it.
Well, I'm glad you're in a better situation now, being able to live with your dad.
Yeah, I agree.
But the next fact would be Star Stable Online was originally named World of Horsecraft, but got changed before the game was released.
World of Horsecraft.
World of Horsecraft.
Oh my goodness. See, as someone who, like...
What was Star Stable thinking?
As someone who, like, religiously plays World of Warcraft and other Blizzard games, that is literally the most hilarious thing I've ever heard of. Oh my goodness, World of Horsecraft.
It's very creative.
I wonder if there would have been any, like, legal issues if they decided to go through with that name.
Maybe that's why they didn't.
Well, it makes sense, I suppose. At the same time, the pun is good. We're at Nilma's Highland, right?
Yes, I just did the butterfly race.
Okay, awesome.
I don't know if I'll be able to do these races, because I have a big quest here right now. Wait. Yeah. I have a big quest here right now, so there's a big shield, so I can't get in.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's already a quest, yeah.
I'm level 19, so if Victoria, you maybe remember this quest, I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It's so obnoxious, I can't even take the trailer there or anything, so.
See, I've done all my quests on my main account, but I'm really lazy on this account. Cough, cough. I should be leveling up. I do. I'm halfway through level 18. But it's
my other account that's... Oh, sorry.
No stress. Your other account?
My other account that's on Nightstar, it's only level 8. So, I'm definitely really, really lazy. So...
Better than not, I guess.
See, I've done mostly all the quests on this account except like the archaeology one and then the spider one.
Oh, I haven't done the spider one yet. Like, I mean, like, I already did them, but like, I'm at the part where I have to go search around and find all of them, and I don't really want to do that because I'm too lazy. This is as far as I can go without, like, this is as far as I can go. I can't go any farther in.
So the next fact is the third most popular username in SSO is Bella.
Bella. Oh my gosh, I know so many Bellas.
My dog's name is actually Bella.
I don't think I have any friends named Bella.
Oh, your dog's name?
No, I don't even have any friends named Bella.
I actually have like a free account that I named Bella because I originally was going to name my account Bella Breezeforce, but I stuck with my name Victoria because I actually call my dog Bella Boo Breeze, so that's where my name comes from because it's Victoria and then Breeze and Force.
Oh, that is so smart. I love names with meanings behind them. Mine, like, my main account, Sienna Starlord. Obviously, Sienna, my name, Starlord. I guess it just sounded cool at the time when I was 9 or something. Obviously, there's a Marvel character now with Starlord, and people come up to me all the time like, oh my god, are you a Marvel fan? I'm like, no, I hate Marvel, I love DC. But since Silent Web, I just thought, you know what? What's the edgiest name I could possibly go for? Because obviously my ambitions were to join the Mystery Riders. It's really funny now because I'm a member of TSS, which is a really positive and bright club. But I'm Sin Silent Web, which is perhaps the edgiest name possible. So I that's a good laugh at times.
I like it.
I only did Natalia because I wanted the closest name to my real name, which is obviously Natalie. So I did Natalia. And then I don't know why I did Greenvalley, honestly. I was just kind of not really thinking. But everyone calls me Green, so, or Granny Green because I'm old, so.
So the next fact is Starshine is not only the biggest of the Soul Rider horses, he is also the fastest horse on Jorvik.
Really?
Really?
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a really bad OC, if that makes any sense. Like, you know when a kid makes their, character and it's like, oh yeah, this is the prettiest horse, he's white with blue hair and he's the fastest horse on Jorvik and he's magical and, like a Mary Sue character. In case you can't tell, I'm not a huge fan of Lisa and Starshine.
Me neither.
I feel like, she's sort of SSO's poster girl when there are, a lot more interesting characters. Like, Linda's definitely my favorite Soul Rider. Alex has a really interesting backstory. I feel like giving her a leadership position within the Soul Riders would have been a refreshing take on what the stereotypical leader image would be. Like, I get that Lisa has a tragic backstory and everything, but, again, sounds like a really dodgy OC. I love it, though.
I don't know if you've guys seen, I think it's SSO Theory Time or something, but she did a video about like all of the files in the game, And one of
Yeah, I saw that.
But it's interesting how one of them has to do with killing off our starter horse.
What?
I know. Yeah, I saw that. She was like, there was something about like our starter horse dying or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'd actually cry if my starter horse died.
I've had my horse 2013. Oh my goodness.
I know, same.
I mean,
like, I'd be really sad. So
it could be a case of like the same thing with Concord, where our starter horse gets killed off, but what's what I'm looking for? Not revived, reincarnated. That's it.
Yeah.
And maybe a really interesting way to get a brand new starter horse, but at the same time, it's my baby.
That's what I was thinking, but also with the Jorvik Warmbloods, they tend to try to stick to the old models, so I didn't know if they were just trying to kill them off to completely have a new version that they created, but why would they do something like that? Because the older models are so nostalgic, and that's what the game is known for.
Precisely, yeah. Even in their logo, I was actually thinking about it the other day, they've still got the old model in their logo. For the horse head.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next fact would be, during 2018, it was the premium North Swedish horse that was the most popular horse that year.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. Very much justified.
Yeah.
North Swedish horse is best horse. End of story.
I actually really, really love the North Swedishes, so I can see that.
I personally love them for pictures the most.
Undoubtedly my favorite horse. They're so chunky and cute, and I feel like that's the best example of the Star Stable style, I guess, if you were to think about it that way. It's cartoony, but it has a really nice level of realism. There's a lot of texture to it. It's genuinely really, really pleasing to the eye.
I completely agree with that.
The only thing I dislike is how you can't wear leg wraps with them.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I think that was one of the reasons why TSS changed their horse to the Fjord.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Oh, Lepa logged off. Oh, well. I don't even know she was online. I should have said hi.
Yeah, I'm actually friends with April. I friended her.
Yesterday, wasn't it? Because she, was offended that she wasn't on my friends list anymore, and I had no idea what happened.
Oh my goodness. She's awesome. She's great.
Wait, did she log off?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she did. She logged off.
She's super neat. I love her. She took care of me when I was in TMR. She was really understanding of the fact that I was Australian. I couldn't meet every single rehearsal requirement. But I still tried my best, and she was really understanding of that. So I appreciate her.
Honestly, I admire her a lot. I feel like she's a very amazing individual, and her art is also just beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
agree.
And she's done a lot for the SSO dressage community. Like I said, she basically made dressage. Not really. She wasn't the first person, but she revolutionized it in that it became a really popular pastime for a lot of SSO players.
She basically made it what it is today.
Precisely. It wouldn't be where it is without.
So I'm gonna run to Fort Pinta. I don't know about you guys.
Me too.
Fort Pinta? I'm sorry, I find it funny that you call it Fort Pinta. I say Fort Pinta, personally, so...
I honestly interchange it, just like caramel and caramel.
Caramel?
I say caramel.
I say caramel.
Caramel?
Where are you from?
So the next fact is, the Fort Pinta Disco opened its gates for the first time on the 23rd of May, 2012.
Oh, that long ago?
Wow. I didn't think it would be that long ago. I thought it would be more recent.
I still don't particularly understand the concept of the SSO Disco. It's not really a huge aspect of the game, but in saying that, it's not I dislike it. It's just there. Everyone can choose it. The quick shop function.
Yeah, I like going there for, club events, basically.
Fun fact, whenever I did actually go for club events, I was never able to dance, and I don't know why, because everybody else could dance.
That's so
that's weird.
Okay, so let me get over here and then I can read the next one. So on September 25th, exactly 8 years ago on that day, Star Stable opened their first server.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So,
we said that
I'd assume that would be in Sweden, obviously. But I wonder how long it was until... Because I know it was globally released in 2013, because that was about when I started playing, or was it late 2012? I can't quite remember. Late 2012, yeah. I started playing in 2013, but I remember actually seeing the game beforehand through some YouTubers. And being really, really bothered by the fact that it was in Sweden only. I got really frustrated. It was like Alicia Online. I remember it was only in Korea, I think, at the time. I can't really remember. But when they released it globally, I was just so thrilled. Like, back then, I think the only horse games you could play were Horse Isle and maybe Horse, like HOWRC.
Howers.
Howers.
I would always call it Howers. I played that so much. I was like the champion of that game. It was my favorite.
See, I've never played any of those games.
Oh my goodness. Well, Horse Isle, well, one thing I can definitely recommend to you, I am guilty of plaguing TSS with the Horse Isle 3 illness. This is like some shameless promo here. Horse Isle is my childhood, basically, before SSO. It's this really awesome game, and they finally released this third game to it, Horse Isle 3, which is awesome. It's very, very... it's difficult to get into, because like when you first see it, you think, oh my gosh, the graphics are awful, etc., but it's got some really incredible features in the game, and I've sort of gotten everyone in TSS really addicted to it, so I definitely recommend going to play it. I was actually really fortunate enough to be able to play it during its beta stage, and it's come such a long way. I can definitely tell in the future it's going to be a really big game, and definitely going to contend with SSO.
I'll definitely have to check it out then.
100%.
Honestly, is it just me, or do you guys want to buy this pony?
Yes.
Peanut?
Yeah.
Like, I really want Peanut. Like, just me, or...
I love it.
I know, I want him so bad. Like, so let me buy him, please. Unless they mirrored him. Did they mirror him?
No, they did not, which is why I like him even more.
Yeah. I hate that they mirror horses. Why are these people rearing at us? Well, they're probably rearing at you two.
Victoria, yeah.
Do you guys want to go to South Hoof next?
Yeah, sure thing.
Sure. I'm too lazy to wait for the ferry.
Oh yeah, me too.
Alright, I'll go grab the trailer. I'm so awful. Like, I haven't even gotten out of bed yet, and it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's how I am on my days off.
Right now.
It's 8:08 for me, p.m.
8:08, oh my goodness.
Yeah, 7:08 p.m. for me.
Okay, so the next fun fact is one of the 5 most popular horse names in SSO is Supernova, and I'm guilty.
I'm guilty too.
You know that the original Akolteki that everyone bought, like the Paulino one, the old one? I desperately wanted one of those when I wasn't a lifetime, so I didn't have enough money, unfortunately, and I was adamant that I would name it Supernova because I saw so many people with the name Supernova. So obviously I thought, oh, it's like a yellow horse. It's going to be Supernova and it's going to be the coolest, most original horse ever. Not.
See, that's why I kind of put off naming my horse Supernova, but then Ryan Caravio, he has a song called Supernova, so usually I kind of name my horses off songs that I like, and so I named it off that.
Of course, yeah. I mean, provided it's got a meaning behind it, that's fairly good. I'm just generic. I've got, like, this horse is named Sunflower. Like, that's how unoriginal I am.
My cats, like the 3 cats I bought from the cats Star Stable came out with, have like personal names to me. And then, like, my horses, I'm just kind of like, eh. I'm gonna do what suits your color.
Yeah. I actually didn't end up buying any of the new cats because they're mirrored.
Exactly. I wasn't gonna. Because you can buy a pony for that price, but the only reason why I did is because my cat Mr. Cinders, and I was like, I have to get him, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are you guys more of a cat person or a dog person?
Dog.
Cat.
I'm a cat person for sure.
I'm outnumbered.
Prepare to die.
But I mean, I do work with dogs every single day, and I've had like maybe 2 other cats before Mr. Cinders, and I've always had dogs my entire life. So.
Of course, yeah.
Personally, dogs are too much, like, in your face for me.
Yeah.
Like, they're always just, like, in your face, licking you all the time, and, like, they kind of smell bad. I'm like, yeah. Cats are cuddly, but they're not too much in your face, and that's why I like them, but I don't know, just my opinion, so.
I mean, I can respect dogs, 100%. I've never owned a dog, so I guess that's sort of why I'm biased towards cats. I used to hate cats because I had a pet bird that was unfortunately eaten. And I swore I would never, ever, ever hold any love in my heart for cats, but I think it was 2015, a stray cat ended up sitting on our doorstep and never left, so we just started looking after him. We actually legally adopted him this year, which is really, really awesome. He's like a huge part of our family. He's sweet. I love him.
See, I've always been like biased towards dogs, and I've always had Cocker Spaniels because when I did live with my mom and she was abusive, I really only had my dog there for me. And like the whole reason why I got kicked out is because she was literally like beating her up one day, and so I punched her in the face and she kicked me out. But like I've always had like my dog as like my security blanket and something that I felt safe with.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Shall we go to
Where are we going now?
Crescent Moon Village?
Okay. I like your training route, by the way, if this is yours.
Thank you. Yes, it is.
I don't have routes. Like, I just kind of do whatever.
I don't train nearly enough to have a route.
Yeah, same.
Another one of those words, man. Route.
I say route, but I don't know.
I say route.
Route, yeah. I love New Hillcrest now that's updated. I can't wait for the buildings to be updated, though.
Yes.
I know, same. I love the trees. Like, I love these big trees.
The weeping willows are so pretty.
Weeping willows are like my favorite trees in real life.
Yeah, same. They're so gorgeous.
I don't think... we probably do have them in Australia, but they're not native to Australia, probably. So I don't think I've ever seen one. But surely we'd have one. Like, obviously you can import trees. It's not like they're exclusive to America.
Here's a question for you guys. Have you guys ever broken any bones?
Oh,
yeah.
I dislocated my collarbone. That's the closest I've come to it.
That sounds painful.
The first time I broke a bone was the summer of first grade going into second grade. And I was on a trampoline with my best friend. His name was Spencer at the time. And we were playing, like, I don't know if you guys have ever played the game, but we had 8 popsicles. And, like, we were jumping on the trampoline, and, like, whoever touched the popsicles was, like, out. And, like, they had to sit down for a few seconds, and they were back in the game and stuff. But, like, we were playing that game. And I was, like, on the side trying not to touch the popsicles. And he came over to me, and he pushed me off on accident. And I landed on my elbow, and I broke my elbow.
Ow.
Or you could say my arm. So that was the first time I ever broke a bone. And I was in a swimsuit because it was, like, really hot in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And this was when I lived in Massachusetts. So, like, literally we had to, like, quickly change into something that was really easy to get put into and stuff. But, like, I just remember, like, screaming my face off and being super mad at the doctors for trying to get an x-ray. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
See, when I break something, I usually break it twice a year apart because I've cracked my head open twice and I've broken my wrist and the 3 fingers on my left wrist twice.
How on earth?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so story time, I guess, and we'll go to the other Epona race. But When I was born, I have like 11. I'm going the wrong way because I cannot concentrate. When I was born, I lived with my mom, obviously, and my mom and dad were like divorced, and I had 3 older sisters and then an older brother. Well, my older brother wanted another little brother, obviously, and he got a little sister, so he pushed me out of a car.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
So there's that. And then the second time was they were supposed to be like watching me on bunk beds, and basically I either fell or they pushed me off, but then I cracked my head again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
As for my wrist, I went to a Christian school when I did live with my mom because she could afford it, and then when I got kicked out I couldn't because my dad couldn't afford it. And we basically, do you guys know what teeter-totters are?
Yes.
So at the Christian school they had like the teeter-totter bars, but they took the teeter-totters off of it. Where the teeter-totters would go down, they dug a bunch of holes because they were like doing something with it. And so my sister was supposed to be watching me, Macy, and Reagan. And so we were outside like on the playground type of thing because it was like a C club night, and so we would do like Bible study and whatnot. And so I was trying, because I think Macy had to go to the bathroom and she was younger than Reagan, so Reagan took her inside to do that, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to walk across it and then show off when they come back, right? I fell into one of the holes, and my wrist and my fingers were behind my back, and I broke it.
Oh my gosh. You've been through a lot in your life.
Well, then the second time I broke it was also at that Christian school, and we were playing dodgeball, and there was this girl named Johanna, and like, no offense to her, but she was a lot bigger than me because even being 19, I'm 4'11", and I weigh like 90 pounds. And I was a lot younger then, and she was like a senior or something, but they would have us all play together because there wasn't a lot of students in the school. And she was running to get a dodgeball, and she slipped and landed on top of me, and I landed in the same position and broke it again.
Oh my gosh.
That's tough luck.
Yes. So I hope I don't break anything else, because then I'll have to break it twice.
It's hard to believe that you're 4'11", because my mom is 4'10", so she's really short too. So, but I'm 5'5.5", so I'm pretty much average for my age.
Well,
I've always been the tall kid.
My mom and my dad are both pretty short, and if you guys want even more fun facts, I actually still wear kids' shoes because I'm that tiny.
So does my mom. My mom wears like a size 3 in kids.
I wear size 13 Nikes, and I'm a freshman. I literally hate that movie. I'm 6 foot, and this whole girl movie basically not even close to accurate at what tall people are like in real life.
Especially because a lot of tall people are models. Like, I would love to be more, like, lengthy and a lot taller.
It's got its downsides, let me tell you. Like, 100%. I can never get pants that actually fit me, because lengthwise, I'm a size, I'd say, 14, 16. But for my waist, I'm probably a 10 or a 12. So I either have to get a belt and, like, bunch up the waist, or just wear, like, a super short, super duper short,
like high water pants.
Yeah, like up to my calves.
Yay, level 9.
On that training grind.
Okay, I think we got everything. Do you guys have any more that you can do?
I think it's just the Baroness's racetrack, and that's it.
Oh yeah, we forgot those. Okay, let's head that way then.
Oh, okay.
And the dinosaur race. I have the dinosaur race in Dino Valley, but that's it. Yeah.
But also, if you want, like, not so much perks of being short and petite, everybody at work thinks I'm 12 and asks me, is it your day off from school, sweetie? And, like, ask if I'm, like, my boss's daughter and whatnot.
No, oh my goodness. Well, I guess the plus side is, when you go to movies, you could probably say, like, yeah, I'm under 10, I can get the cheap tickets.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if I were to try and say, yeah, can I get a child's ticket? They're like, honey, you look like you're having, 40 and having a midlife crisis, so...
I guess there's perks and, like, negatives to everything.
Yeah, everyone wants to be what they're not, and...
Pretty much, yeah.
My teachers have been done, but just be happy with what you are. I wish I listened to my own advice, but...
Because, like, one of my favorite quotes is, want what you already have.
Exactly. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that quote.
Okay, so the last thing I'll share, fact, I guess, is, like many other NPCs, during the last couple of years, Daxton the Tailor has been renamed, He was earlier named Donald the Tailor, which I remember him as Donald. I didn't even know they changed it to Daxton.
Daxton?
I didn't know they changed it to Daxton. I know him as Donald.
We should go check it out.
We should. We'll go turn in the race of the Baroness. And I want to see this for myself. I don't believe it. Why would they change it?
I have no idea.
That's so weird.
Daxton sounds like... Ugh, no, that's not a name. I disagree.
I mean, I have a rat named Dax, but not Daxton.
Dax is cute. The tin makes it sound like, I don't know, you're trying to be edgy, but...
You're not?
Yeah, but you're failing miserably.
After we check out that, before we, like, end it, do you guys maybe want to do a little photo shoot?
Absolutely, that sounds great.
What horses should we use?
I don't know. I'm bad with photo shoots.
Because the best, in my opinion, are the Connemara's or the North Swedishes.
Oh, I love the Connemara's.
I hate to be a killjoy, but I actually have no horses on this account. I've got a Hanoverian, a Jorvik pony, and a North Swedish horse, and this fjord horse. I'm so sorry.
North.
Oh. North Swedishes would probably work then.
Yeah, we can do North Swedishes.
Thank you, sorry.
That's alright.
I have the Palomino North Swedish, so.
I have, like, all of them.
Where are we going first?
To check out Daxton.
Okay.
I love how today's very productive, but I've just been in bed since 8 in the morning. It's now 12:22.
I just hope that this is, like, working, because last time I tried to do a voiceover with my friend, none of the audio worked.
Oh no,
Oh my gosh, that'd be a nightmare.
What? They did.
Oh my gosh, ew.
Why?
I disagree. This is disgusting.
No.
Can we, like, make a petition?
Why does he kind of look like a gazelle?
I like his bow tie.
I think we should sign a petition to make it Donald again.
I agree. Makes me wonder what other, like, UPC names that they've changed.
Well, there was
I'm gonna be angry at him.
There was a little kid at Paddock Island. They changed it from Lisa to something else. I can't remember.
Yeah, Lisa to, like, I think it's Lindy? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Star Stable is trying to be more hip and just failing at it.
Yeah, I know. And I don't think they wanted her name to be Lisa because, like, there's the Soul Rider Lisa, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Of course.
Washed up, don't want to believe it. Tough love, you take it or leave it.